Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another video for you today, and these are actually my battles I did on Twitch in the Ultra Premier Cup. But before we begin, I just want to let you guys know that YouTube tells me that about 50% of you that watch my videos are actually not subscribed. So let's go ahead and change that right now if we can. I would really appreciate that. If you could take the second to subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. But getting into this battle, we are using a triple non-XL team. So no XLs on this team. Because I've seen trainers comment on my videos saying, hey, you know, you're using XL Pokemon, I can't really compete, I don't have any of those resources. And you know what, I get it. This league does cater, the Ultra League generally caters to XL Pokemon, I hate to say it, but for the most part that's true. Now, there are some really strong Pokemon that don't need to be XL'd, for example, the three that I'm using, but we also have Swampert, we have Venusaur, even Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is an XL Pokemon, but if you have like a perfect or a 98, you can get it close to 2500 without having to use XLs, and it's still going to perform really well. So there's still other Pokemon you can use, but I do understand it can be a struggle. But anyway, we're going to bring in the Gyarados here. They're going to go ahead and switch into their Scrafty. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Aqua Tail right now. We want to hit this Scrafty as much as we can, because keep in mind the Talonflame is low, right? So we just want to go ahead and make sure we throw one more Aqua Tail. They're going to be able to throw a Foul Play. Totally fine. We're going to throw this Aqua Tail right now. And this Aqua Tail is obviously not going to KO, but they do let it go, and then we're going to go ahead and switch. So now with the Alolan Muck, I want to farm down with Poison Jab. They'll be able to get off an attack, that's totally fine, we can take it. So as I said, we want to farm down with Poison Jab, have a lot of energy against that Talonflame, possibly be able to debuff it with Acid Spray. They do have an attack, but that's fine, we can shield this. And look how low they are, they're not going to be able to get to another attack, right? So we're going to go ahead and throw the Acid Spray. Now, again, this is to debuff it. They do have to shield at this point, knowing it's an Acid Spray. And we're going to be able to Poison Jab them down. But they actually concede that. And that is going to be a great game. Very well played to my opponent. So we're going to be able to take that one. And we beat some popular strong XL Pokemon like Talonflame and Greedent, right? So let's go ahead and move it to the next one. We have a Runerikus, another great Pokemon in this meta. Now, Waterfall would be fantastic here, but of course we don't have Waterfall. We're running Dragon Breath. So we're going to go ahead and go for this Aqua Tail. Super effective damage. Crunch, of course, is super effective as well. But we want for the Aqua Tail, less energy. They're going to be able to throw an attack, and I do shield it up. It would be risky to throw the Sand Tomb, so I expected the Shadow Ball. And they switch into Escavalier, which this is... You would think Gyarados has a great matchup here, and with Waterfall it does, but because Dragon Breath is resisted, it's not as good. We do resist the moves, every move, unless they have like Aerial Ace. We resist every move, but Mega Horn still does a lot, as you can see, right? So, not the greatest matchup in the world for us. We're going to go ahead and throw this Aqua Tail right now. Now, we know we still have the Alolan Muck to handle that Runerikus, right? So they actually bring in Runerikus. We're going to be able to bring in the Muck. They do resist my Poison Jab attacks, but that's okay. Sand Tomb is super effective towards us. Shadow Ball is resisted, but Sand Tomb is a weak move. They bring in Sirfetch'd. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Escavalier right now. We're going to go ahead and go for the drill run. They kind of have to shield this, right? So they do shield it because that would have KO'd. And I think we let this one go, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they have a lot of energy. Yeah, we do let this one go. It's going to be a Leaf Blade, so that tells me they have Leaf Blade as well as Brave Bird, right? So we're actually going to go ahead and shield this one now, so we can get off the drill run. And this is going to KO, and all we need to do is get to a Dark Pulse with the Alolan Muck, and we're going to KO the Runerikus. And we're healthy enough where Sand Tomb or Shadow Ball will not KO our Alolan Muck. So they're going to be able to throw an attack at us, but it's totally fine. We're not going to be KO'd from this range. It's going to be a Sand Tomb, and we have the Dark Pulse right now, and this is going to KO the Runerikus. And Runerikus, I do think, is a great Pokemon as well. So GG's to my opponent, well played to them, and we're going to be able to take that one. So you'll love to see it. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. We have Gyarados into Crustle. Okay, so if we had Waterfall, this would be fine. We are weak to Smackdown, so it's not the greatest. But we do have Aqua Tail, which is good. But they actually switch out, which I'm kind of glad about. They bring in Tangrowth. Now, so we resist the grass attacks with Muck, right? And we're dishing out super effective damage. Escavalier is resisting the grass attacks, double resisting it. But we're taking neutral from our, from the rock slide. So I do bring in my Muck here because we are doing super effective damage. We're going for the farm down here. I miscounted. I thought they needed one more. So that's why I went for the farm down. I could have thrown. Because of that, I do have to shield this now. But it's okay. We have a lot of energy. We are very low. But yeah, I should have thrown an acid spray there. But that's okay. The Crystal is coming in. We're throwing the Dark Pulse. To just get some damage onto the Crystal. And they do go ahead and shield it. And oh man, we could have gotten off another one. But unfortunately, they got off their attack first. This is going to be enough to KO. I do decide to let it go. We're actually going to bring Gyarados because we have Aqua Tail, and they actually make a good catch onto their Sylveon. So that's fine. Aqua Tail will connect into Sylveon, and we'll be able to bring in Escavalier. And because we're Steel type, we are resisting Charm. So that is good. We're going to go ahead and go for this drill run right now. And do I go for the farm down? I want to say I go for the farm down. They do get off an attack. I know I resist it, but we are really frail, so we are going to go ahead and shield. It's going to be a Moonblast. And we're going to be able to farm down. Yeah, the reason I shield that is because I think they probably could have KO'd me if they got a couple more charms through. Anyway, after that, Moonblast landed. Anyway, we also get a lot of energy, so we're going to be able to land this drill run right now. So very nice. It's not going to be enough to KO, but this Aqua Tail will be if we can get to it, and we do get to it. So my opponent also running a non-XL team. Very, very cool. But we're able to take that one, and that is going to be a great game. Despite the kind of poor lead that we had, good game. Let's move on. Gyarados into... Okay, not my favorite matchup. I mean, it's kind of neutral, I guess, but they get to the Icicle Spears so fast. It's not the greatest. I mean, they do win this matchup. We're going to go ahead and take this attack. Going to be an Icicle Spear as we expected, as we knew. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Crunch right now. Should throw the Crunch immediately. I went a little bit over, but it's okay. But we do get a shield though, which is nice. So at least we get a shield there. Because we got the shield, I think I'd let this one go. I'm like, you know what, let's let Gyarados go. We can bring in Escavalier, maybe go for, the farm down might be too aggressive. They bring in Charizard, we're going to go ahead and bring in a Alolan Muck. So because they switched into Charizard, I'm actually concerned that they have double fire, but I had to leave, you know. It's like, I'm concerned about the Talonflame in the back, but I still had to leave into my Muck. I'm just hoping that it's not double fire. So we're going to be able to throw this Dark Pulse right now into the Charizard. This does a lot of damage, enough to KO, very nice. In comes the Wolverine right now. Of course, they don't want to bring Wolverine into the Escavalier. We do go for the Dark Pulse. Will they let this one go? Again, I am expecting a Fire type. They do go ahead and get off an attack, and I do shield it because Earthquake would KO me. And it is an Earthquake, so that is a good shield. So we get rid of the Wolverine. And in comes Blaziken. So I was correct. It is double fire, but it's not Talonflame, right? We're going to be able to debuff it with Acid Spray, and they do go ahead and shield that. And we bring in Escavalier right now. They're going to go ahead and go for a Blaze Kick. I don't know why, but I was hoping that I would survive a Blaze Kick. There's no chance I survive a Blaze Kick. And unfortunately, they do beat me to a move, so they're going to be able to take this one. So good game to my opponent there. Well played to them. So definitely a GG's. Really enjoyed that battle. Nice team, too. Nice team. Well, let's go ahead and move into the next battle. We have Gyarados into Empoleon. Okay, so whenever I see Empoleon, in the back of my mind, it's always a thought of Double Charm. Now, spoiler warning, this is not Double Charm, but that's always on my mind. So this is not a terrible matchup. We could stay here. Obviously, Escavalier would be fine against this, but... you know, we can't switch out, so we're going to be able to land the Crunch. They're going to be able to land a Drill Peck, but we do survive the Drill Peck, so we're not going to go ahead and shield it. And they're actually going to switch out into Tentacruel. So I'm going to be able to go for this Crunch, and when I said Tentacruel, I really wasn't sure what to do, to be honest. Because we are low. That's the concern we have. So we go bring in the Muck. Obviously, I don't really want to take a Scald into my Muck or my Escavalier. Both the fast moves are resisted, right, by Muck and Escavalier, so I just brought in the Muck. We're going to go ahead and go for this Dark Pulse. They do go ahead and shield it, so good shield by them. Do I let this one go? I do not. I shield this one up. It's going to be another Skull, so that is good. And we are trying to get to this Dark Pulse. We do get to it, but they actually make a good catch on their own Alolan Muck, so good catch by my opponent there. But we do throw this Dark Pulse, and we can't switch out quite yet. We're hoping they throw an attack. I want them to throw an attack before I bring in Escavalier, but they're not throwing. I wonder if they're going for the farm down. So I bring in my Gyarados after this just to try and force them to throw energy. And they do throw. So at least we take the energy before Escavalier comes in because I don't want them to have that much energy, right? So now I can bring in Escavalier and go for the farm down. They'll be able to get to another attack, but again, they'll only be able to get to 1. They won't be able to get to 2, whereas if they didn't throw against Gyarados, they would have been able to get off 2. I think they don't get to another one. Yeah, well, they actually switch, but in comes Tentacruel. But we charged up a lot of energy, so we're going to go ahead and go for this drill run right now. That will pick up the shield. They do get off the attack. Definitely going to go ahead and shield it. I was expecting the acid spray, but I'm not going to not shield it because of how low we are. And it actually is a Scald, so that's good. So we're going to farm up a lot of energy. Could have won like one more, I think, but we're going to be able to throw this drill run, and this will be enough to KO the Tentacruel easy. Tentacruel is a really cool Pokemon as well for the Ultra League. And they bring in Empoleon. We're going to be able to get to a drill run. This is going to be enough to KO. And Escavalier is going to be able to take out all 3 Pokemon, even though they were like almost gone, some of them. But yeah, it's going to be a great game and a great set. Thank you so much to all my opponents for the battles. And thank you to all of you for watching. It was awesome to feature these battles. Or not to feature, but to watch the battles. Either way, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.